Sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties behind the scenes here for LMTV Sports. Anyways, back to the varsity girls starters. Oh, after Emily Neff, the 5'10" junior, we're going to have Crystal Graves, who is a 6' senior, playing number 41 as either a guard or a center. And then Kaz Brown is a 6'3" sophomore, very tall for a girl. And she'll be playing number 43 for tonight as a center. Head coach for Cedar Falls is Dan List, along with assistant coach Greg Groen and student manager Mercedes Hutchins. Some of the key players for the Limar Lions here are obviously Rachel Thrun, the starting forward for Linmar. She's averaging about 23 points a game, and she's also one of the biggest playmakers on the team too. She might not get all the points in every game, but she gets in there and makes plays, sets people up, tells people where they need to go. She's a true leader on the field, on the court, excuse me. And just because she both played as a starter last year, and also because she's a senior, she knows how Mike Brandt's offense works. Along with Shanice Cheatham, she has scored 67 points this year as Linmar's starting center, and she has done an amazing job getting in there, getting aggressive, gritting down court for the points, getting open all the time, so that everyone on the team knows where she's at, can pass it to her, and trust that she can get it in for the layup. Another important, Sarah Strahl, the other forward for Linmar, is averaging about 6.8 points a game, which isn't very high, but she's still doing a very nice job. Overall, she's gotten 41 points throughout the year, and she's a pretty big factor here. And now over to the Cedar Falls side. Ellie Worth, a senior, the number 11 guard. She's averaging a 72.2 free throw average, which will make her pretty deadly down court if Linmar were to foul her a lot. Along with Imini Qualls, the 5'8" junior, she has a 62.5% free throw average. So a lot of the starters for Cedar Falls are extremely well at what they do, and they can also get down the court quite easy. And with about 6 minutes left before we start the game off here, both teams are still warming up, getting ready to go. And there's not a lot of people here tonight, but hopefully more people will show up as they come. And for your for your halftime performance tonight, the Varsity Palms will be performing for us tonight. And surprisingly for the Linmar varsity girls, both Rachel Thrun and Shanice Cheatham saw a little action last year, but they also got that experience just because of playing through Mike Brandt's offense. And now that they're seniors and starters, they're able to teach the people behind them, like for Shanice Cheatham, Alexis Lippenguth, and Carly Ryder. And then also for Rachel Thrun, for players like Kristen Iowes, Hannah Yearling, and Michaela Brandt. These two seniors are able to tell each of these girls what they need to do and show what's going on. For Cedar Falls, the seniors that are starting are Allie Worth, Crystal Graves, which shows that they have a sort of mixed team here grade-wise. They do have one sophomore starting, which could pose a serious threat to Linmar's offense and defense for tonight. And Linmar has gone into the locker room. Cedar Falls looks like they're still warming up a little bit before they head out. And the Lidmar Lions have come back out onto the court, ready to go for tonight's game against Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls girls are still warming up a little bit, shooting free throws as they go along. And we have about a minute 30 left before the game starts off here between Linn-Mar and Cedar Falls. And the band will be playing the national anthem pretty soon. Along, I believe the Linn-Mar alma mater will also be there as well. Okay. And now the Linn-Mar Pep Band will be playing the national anthem.
We'd like to welcome you to Linn-Mar High School for tonight's girls basketball game. At this time, if you're not already done, please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem by the Linn-Mar Pep Band under the direction of Steve Stickney, Dan Terrell, Aaron Nuss.
And both teams will be taking the court in just a bit. But before that, our PA announcer, Larry Gass, will be introducing both teams' starting lineups.
Tigers come to tonight's game with a record of 6-2. The Lions come to tonight's game with a record of 5-1 and are ranked number 12 in the most recent Class 4A poll. And now, tonight's starting lineup. For Cedar Falls, number 11, Allie Worth.
For Cedar Falls, number 11, Allie Worth, the 5'10" senior.
Number 4, Michaela Brandt.
And for Linn-Mar, the 5'6" junior guard, Michaela Brandt.
For Cedar Falls, number 23, Imani Qualls.
And number 23, Imani Qualls, the 5'8" junior for Cedar Falls. And number 10, Sarah Strahl, the 5'9" forward junior.
For Cedar Falls, number 25, Emily Neff.
And number 25, Emily Neff, a 5'10" junior.
Forward, number 12, Rachel Thrun.
And number 12, Rachel Thrun, a 5'8" senior forward.
For Cedar Falls, number 41, Crystal Graves.
And number 41, Crystal Graves, a 6 foot senior for Cedar Falls. Shanice Cheatham, number 24, a 5'10" senior, playing center.
For Cedar Falls, number 43, Kaz Brown.
And number 43, a 6'3" sophomore, Kaz Brown for Cedar Falls.
Courtney Major.
And number 34, Courtney Major, a 5'9" junior guard.
Assisted by Greg Rowe. The Lions are coached by Mike Grant, assisted by Mike Suter. The officials for tonight's game are Blake Grant, Doug Nickerum, and Dave Stevens.
And we're about ready to get going with tonight's game. And we have Cheatham and Brown in the center for the jump ball. And Linn-Mar gets the ball first. Brandt with the ball. Cutting back, trying to find someone open. Over to Strahl. Looking around, trying to find something to get through. And she goes for the shot, but it's blocked by number 43, Kaz Brown for Cedar Falls. But the ball is back to Linn-Mar with Major. And Brandt with the ball over to Strahl. And Brandt with the long ball, and it's good. A three-pointer for Linn-Mar. Linn-Mar starts off the game with a big bang with a three-point shot by Michaela Brandt. Graves with the ball. Trying to find someone open. Over to Brown. Over to Neff. Qualls with the ball. Over to Worth. Neff with the ball. Worth with the ball. Up for the layup, and it's good. It's a close game already, folks. With 7 minutes left in the first quarter, our score is Linn-Mar 3, Cedar Falls 2. Brandt with the ball for Linn-Mar, trying to find someone open. Over to Strahl, inside the center with the jump ball, and it's no good. And Major with the long ball. Not a three-pointer, but it's still a good shot. Qualls with the ball all the way over, but it's tipped by Rachel Thrun. And that'll be Cedar Falls ball with Allie Worth throwing the ball in. Worth with the ball. Over to Graves. And the foul is going to be on. Looks like the foul is on Linn-Mar. That'll be Courtney Major's first foul of the night. And the first three fouled by Kaz Brown is no good. And the second one's also no good. Straw with the ball. Over to Brandt. And the ball went out of bounds on Linmar. So Worth will take the ball out. And so the ball will be taken out of bounds by Cedar Falls. Worth with the ball over to Brown. And the jump ball by Worth is good. Brandt taking the ball up court. Trying to find an open seam. Over to Thrun. Almost lost the ball. And the little pass over to Strahl. And looks like it was traveling on Strahl. And Graves with the ball. Over to Neff with the layup, and it's no good. Cheatham with the ball. And Major trying to get up court. Over to Cheatham. And Strahl trying to find someone open. Over to Brandt. Calling off the shots. And Thrun with the ball. Strahl trying to find something to work with here. Brandt still calling off shots here. And tries to go for it herself, but the ball is blocked, and the ball rolls out of bounds. And it'll be Cedar Falls ball when it comes out of bounds. It is dead silent here, folks. Seems to be a little miscommunication between the refs and the score table. Refs are communicating about something going on here. Not sure what's happening. It looks like everything's sorted out, and Cedar Falls will take the ball out of bounds. Worth over to, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Linmar, and it'll be Cedar Falls ball still. And that was Major with the good defensive play there to get the ball out of bounds and slow down Cedar Falls. And Neff with the ball, taking it up court, trying to find something to work with here. Over to Worth, but it's blocked by Brandt, and she tries to take it out for herself. Yearling comes into the game now, and she went for the shot, but it was no good. Worth trying to find something to work with here for her team. Over to Brown. Graves over to Neff with the long ball, but it's no good. And Strahl comes up with the ball, and the foul is going to be on number 11, Allie Worth of Cedar Falls. Brandt taking the ball up court. And coming into the game is number 50, Alexis Libenguth, who just barely couldn't get to the ball. And the ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be Cedar Falls ball. And Qualls with the ball, trying to take it up court, but Yearling is having close defense on her. And the ball is taken away by Strahl, and the ball's, and it's going to be a foul on number 50, it looks like. And we have a down player at midcourt, number 23, Ibany Qualls. And so number 21 for Cedar Falls, Mackenzie DeMuth, a 5'10" junior, is coming into the game for Qualls. And we'll take a injury timeout. We'll be right back with more Linn-Mar live action right after this.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school.
And so Neff will take the ball up court, over to Worth, over to Graves, trying to find someone open. And Worth with the ball again. Looks like a heavy passing attack here. Neff trying to find someone around. And the ball was tipped out of bounds by Linn-Mar. And so it'll be Tigers ball out of bounds. And Shanice Cheatham comes into the game again, along with number 42, Carly Ryder, a 5'9" junior, playing at forward. Worth with the ball for Cedar Falls, over to Graves. Worth lost the ball out of bounds, and it'll be Linn-Mar ball. And number 22, Kristen Eilis, also comes to the game for Rachel Thrun. Brandt taking the ball up court, calling off shots as she goes. Over to Yearling, over to Cheatham. Cheatham almost lost the ball in the dribble. Brandt with the ball. And Strahl with the shot, and it's good. Excuse me, Ryder. And DeMuth with the ball, but she loses it on the dribble, and Brandt takes the ball up court for Linn-Mar. Eilis with the ball, over to Yearling, and the almost three-point is good. And Cedar Falls will take a timeout. We'll be right back with more Linn-Mar live action right after this.
Welcome home, man.
And Brown taking the ball over to Graves. Trying to make something for herself. Over to Neff. And DeMuth trying to find someone open. She's being heavily guarded by Yearling. And Brown with the ball over to Neff, and she goes up for the layup, and it's good. That'll make it a 9-6 game. Linn-Mar winning with 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Yearling with the ball. Trying to find someone open up court. Over to Cheatham. Tries to fire it away in. And the foul will be on what looks like number 21, Mackenzie DeMuth. So it'll be Cedar Falls' second foul of the night. Thrun with the ball. The ball is tipped out of bounds by DeMuth, and it'll be Linn-Mar ball still. Brandt with the ball. Trying to find something up court. Getting around. Over to Ryder. Back to Brandt. And it looks like the ball went out of bounds on Brandt as she got the ball. And Neff with the ball. Trying to take it up court. Over to Graves. And Neff with the ball again. Graves with the ball. Back to Neff. Over to Demuth. Graves with the ball, trying to find something open. And Demuth, a long ball, and it's good. But not a three-pointer, just a two-pointer. Brings it to a close 9-8 game. And Brandt taking the ball up court for Linn-Mar. And it looks like she almost tried something for herself. She passed it off to Carly Ryder, but Carly Ryder's shot was blocked by Cedar Falls, and the ball goes out of bounds. So Thrun will take the ball out for Linn-Mar. And Ryder with the long ball, and she is swatted by number 43, Kaz Brown, the sophomore for Cedar Falls. Yearling with the long ball, no good. She gets her own rebound, but is tripped up and is a foul. And that'll be on number 11, Ellie Worth. That'll be her second foul of the night. Thrun with the ball over to Ryder with the law. And Ryder airballs it. She's not too happy about that one. And Neff going to take the ball up court, getting heavy defense by Thrun. And Worth with the ball up. And the layup is no good, but Linn-Mar tips it out of bounds. It'll be still Cedar Falls ball. Linn-Mar is definitely playing some tougher defense tonight on Cedar Falls. Neff with the ball, trying to find something for herself with the long ball, and is tipped and goes to Linn-Mar's Hannah Yearling. Over to Brandt. Thrun with a long ball, and it's no good. Worth with the ball, trying to get something for herself going. And Demuth with the ball, over to Worth. Over to Brown, trying to make something for herself. And the shot's no good, but it's a foul on Linn-Mar, number 12, Rachel Thrun. Excuse me, number 11, Allie Worth gets her third foul tonight. Not Rachel Thrun. Brandt taking the ball up court for Linn-Mar. Taking her time as the clock's about to dwindle down in the first quarter here. And the ball goes out of bounds on Linn-Mar. Cedar Falls as they tip the ball out. 5.7 seconds left in the first quarter. And Shanice Cheatham with the ball. And she gets the score. And our score at the end of the first quarter, Linn-Mar 11, Cedar Falls 8. We'll be right back with more Linn-Mar live action right after this.
LMTV does news, but there's so much more. We are live sports, live arts, live weather. We run the stadium Jumbotron and bring you the latest school news on Twitter. We keep you informed every hour, every day, and we're always online. Come join our team. At LMTV, we are Linn-Mar.
And we're back, folks. Linn-Mar has definitely been playing some tough defense tonight. And they've been holding Cedar Falls to only about 8 points tonight. While Cedar Falls has also been holding Linn-Mar to some pretty low numbers here tonight, with Linn-Mar only gaining about 11 points tonight, and definitely quite a few block shots by number 43, Kaz Brown, the 6'3" sophomore. And so Cedar Falls will start the ball this second quarter with Neff taking the ball up court. And Graves with the ball over to number 33, Jacqueline Conrad, as she comes into the game. Almost loses the ball out of bounds. And with the underneath pass to Brown. Over to Demuth, trying to find someone open. Over to Graves. trying to take it for herself, and she doesn't get the layup, but there is a foul. And that'll be on number 24, Shanice Cheatham. That'll give Crystal Braves 2 free throws. First free throw was good. And Graves is also a 65% free throw shooter. And she nails both of them. That's why she's 65%. And Brandt taking the ball up court for Linmar. Over to Strahl. Brandt with the long ball. And it's no good. As Graves for Cedar Falls gets the rebound. Passes it over to Conrad. Neff with the ball. DeMuth trying to find something for herself, get it up court, and the shot's no good. And there's another foul on the court. And Rachel Thrun will pick up her first foul of the night. And the first free throw by DeMuth is good. DeMuth is a 33% free throw shooter. And the second free throw is also good. And Brandt will take the ball up court for Linmar. Little high toss over to Strahl, back to Brandt. Major with the ball. Going to do something for herself here. And the shot is blocked by number 43, Brown, for Cedar Falls. And Brown also picks up her first foul of the night. And so Courtney Major will shoot 2 free throws. And the first free throw is good. And Courtney Major is an 83.3% free throw shooter. Very good for a high school athlete. And the second one's sadly no good. And Graves taking the ball up court over to DeMuth. Trying to find something to go with here. Over to Graves. Graves still trying to find something going here. And tries to take it up court. And Graves seemed to have stepped out of bounds. And it'll be Linmar's ball. Brandt taking the ball up court for Linmar. Brandt calling off a play to get the troops going. Over to Major, over to Strahl. Trying to find something going here. Over to Brandt with the long ball, and it's no good. And a foul on number 12, Rachel Thrun. Our score was 6 minutes, 16 seconds left in the first half. Linmar, actually both teams are tied at 12. And the ball rolls out of bounds on Linmar, as Linmar was playing some tough defense as soon as Cedar Falls was getting the ball out of the gate. And Strahl picks up the steal after Graves of Cedar Falls passed it over to Shanice Cheatham by accident. And number 33, Jacqueline Conrad, picks up her first foul of the night, and that'll be the team's 6th foul for the night. And Strahl's first free throw is good, and Strahl is a 71.4% free throw shooter. A lot of the girls on the Linmar squad are actually quite good at free throws. And the second one goes right through. Neff with the ball. Neff, one of the biggest playmakers for tonight, and she's averaged about 4 points already tonight. DeMuth with the ball all the way over to Neff, but she can't reach it, and the ball flies out of bounds. And Kristen Eilis comes into the game at number 22, playing guard. Brandt over to Major. Over to Strahl. About to get something going here and tries for the shot herself, but the ball is tipped by Kaz Brown. And so Eilis will take the ball out of bounds. And the ball is tipped by Neff for Cedar Falls, but it rolls out. Eilis passes it over to Brandt. Back to Eilis, and with the long ball, and it's no good. Brandt with a rebound over to Major, and the three-pointer is no good. Brandt trying to get something going here. Over to Strahl. Cedar Falls playing some heavy defense. And Strahl trying to get it in, but the shot is blocked by, once again, Brown. Brown has been a big defensive player for tonight. And number 2, Hannah Yearling, and number 50, Alexis Liebenguth come in for Linmar. Brandt with the shot, but it's no good. And the ball goes out of bounds on Linmar. It'll be Cedar Falls ball. Neff with the ball over to Brown, but the shot is blocked by Liebenguth. Great defense by Liebenguth there on that play. So it'll be Cedar Falls ball. Demuth will take the ball off from out of bounds. And Liebenguth tried to save the ball before it went out of bounds on her, and she couldn't do it. Demuth taking the ball out of bounds. And a foul on number 22, Kristen Eilis, I believe. Excuse me, the foul is on number 10, Sarah Strahl. And Graves with the first free throw, and it's good. Graves is a 61.1% free throw shooter. Graves with the second free throw. This one is also good. Cheatham taking the ball out of bounds. Major taking the ball off court for Linmar. Over to Eilis with a somewhat long ball. Yearling with the rebound. And it's no good. Over to Liebenguth with no good. And Liebenguth draws up the foul after she ran right into Graves. Excuse me, Brown. That'll be Liebenguth's second foul tonight. Brown with the first free throw attempt. She is a 48% free throw shooter. And the free throw is good. Yearling with ball over to Liebenguth, trying to find someone open. Over to Major. And Liebenguth taking the ball herself, and it's no good. Neff taking the ball herself, trying to find something open here. And Graves over to Duluth. And Conrad comes back into the game. And Neff trying to get a ball up into the basket, but the ball goes out of bounds on Cedar Falls. Brandt taking the ball up court. Trying to find something to work with here. And the ball bounces right off of Graves' feet for Cedar Falls. And so Major will take the ball out of bounds over to Limguth, over to Brandt, over to Yearling. Major with the ball, over to Cheatham, over to Limguth with a shot, and it's no good. Neff taking the ball for Cedar Falls. Over to Graves. DeMuth wide open, and the ball is tipped by Michaela Brandt. And Brandt will take the ball up court. And Cheatham with the lone ball, and she gets it in for the score. And so Conrad will take the ball up court. Limar playing full court defense here, trying hard to keep them away from the basket. And the ball goes out of bounds on Brown. So it'll be Limar ball. That was great defense by Livenguth there to make sure that she couldn't hang on to it. Brandt taking the ball up court, listening to her coach, which is her dad, by the way. Calling off plays as she goes along. Tries to get something going over to Major with the long ball. And this one's good for three. Limar playing heavy defense. Over to Brown. Over to Conrad. Trying to find something here. Neff trying to find something to get with here. Telling people where they need to go. Conrad with the ball over to Graves, and the shot is up, and it's good for the layup. And Yearling taking the ball up court with 2 minutes left in the game. Our score here is Lidmar 19, Cedar Falls 16. Brandt trying to find someone open. Over to Cheatham, and she goes for the shot herself, but it seems to be tipped a little bit. And the ball rolls out of bounds on Cedar Falls. And coming back into the game is Sarah Strahl and Kristen Eilis of Lidmar. We've not seen many substitutions from Cedar Falls due to the fact that they don't have a very, very in-depth team, as they don't have many players. And Brandt with the long ball, and it's good for three. Limar playing heavy defense. And Strahl with the pickup. Over to Brandt. And she goes for three, and two, and this one's also good. As Michaela Brandt's racking up the points here for Limar. She's already got 8 in the game. And Grace will take the ball up court. Trying to find someone open here. She's getting heavy defense by Strahl. Over to Neff, and there's a timeout taken by Cedar Falls. We'll be right back with more Limar live basketball coverage right after this.
Everyone has friends. There's online friends. Friends to go out with on a Saturday night. Friends to hang out with and do nothing. Friends who show up on moving day. And then there are the friends who'll be there if someone is dealing with a mental illness. Are you one of those friends?
And with just barely less than a minute left in the game, our score here is, in the half, Lidmar 24, Cedar Falls 16. And Cedar Falls will take the ball from out of bounds. Neff taking the ball up court. And DeMuth trying to find someone open here. And the ball is tipped by Lidmar. And Cedar Falls recovers it with Neff. And Brown with a long toss over to the side of the court. And DeMuth drains the 3 ball. It looks like Michaela Brandt will just drain the clock here. And now something's going on with less than 10 seconds in the game. The half. And Brandt tries for the shot, but there's a foul. And the foul will be on number 25, Emily Neff, her first foul of the night. And Brandt, who is a 57% free throw shooter. First one was no good. And the second shot is up, and this one's good. DeMuth with the ball over to Neff, and the ball time is just about out. And with the half-court shot, it is no good. Our score here after the first half is Litmar 25, Cedar Falls 19, a very close game. We'll be right back with more Litmar live girls basketball action right after this.
Welcome home, man.
And our halftime performers for tonight are the Litmar Varsity Palms. Litmar Varsity Palms. We'll be right back with more Litmar live basketball action right after this.
The 9/11 Memorial will honor my partner and the officers who responded that morning.
It's for my brother.
And my 343 brothers who didn't make it.
It's about hope for the future.
So we always remember September 11th.
For my husband who never came home.
And the first responders who saved my life.
This shows the world that we can rebuild.
That we are united.
And that we are strong.
Because the best of humanity can overcome the worst hate.
It's for all the heroes like my dad.
This year, the National September 11th Memorial opens in New York City. Join us to honor, remember, and reunite. You can help right now by texting the word HOPE to 80088 to give $10.
And we're back at Linn-Mar High School. Our score here is at halftime, Linn-Mar 25, Cedar Falls 19. And both teams have showed that they have great potential on defense, especially for Cedar Falls. Number 43, Kaz Brown, the 6'3" sophomore. She has been all over the court, swatting balls and playing heavy defense on both sides of the court, so that Cedar Falls can get in there and make this a very close game, a 6-point game to be exact. And then also number 4, Michaela Brandt for Linn-Mar. She has accumulated 9 points for her team throughout this game so far, and she has been pretty much the playmaker for tonight, which is obviously why she's the point guard for Linn-Mar. Even though she's only 5'8", she's still 5'6". She's still probably one of the most electric players on the court tonight. And with less than 3 minutes left during halftime, the Cedar Falls team is now coming back onto the court out of the locker rooms and going to warm up again before the second half starts. And the Linn-Mar Varsity Lions come out and take the court again for the second half with a little over 2 minutes left in halftime. And with less than 30 seconds left before the second half starts, both teams are getting their last-minute pep talks from their head coaches, Michael Bray and Dan List, for Linn-Mar and Cedar Falls, respectively. And so Linn-Mar will start the ball with the second half here. And through over to Brandt. Telling people where to go. Trying to find someone open here on the court. Over to Major. Over to Cheatham with the shot. And it's no good. And Neff will take the ball up for Cedar Falls. In between the leg dribble. Over down the court. Worth with the ball. And passes it over to DeMuth. Neff with the ball over to Graves. DeMuth with the ball. And there's a foul in the court. And the foul will be on Cedar Falls. And Brandt take the ball up court for Linn-Mar. Over to Thrun. Long pass over to Strahl. And the ball almost knocked over our camera, but luckily it went right between and hit the stool instead. And Thrun will take the ball out of bounds. Over to Brandt. Trying to find someone open over to Major. Over to Cheatham. And Thrun with the ball. Trying to find someone open. Brandt with the ball. Over to Strahl. Cheatham with the Major with the ball, excuse me. And the three-point shot is no good. And Major with the ball again. This time she sinks the layup. Neff with the ball. Over to Graves. DeMuth with the ball, trying to find someone open on the court. Passes it over to Neff. Back over to Graves. Neff with the ball. Trying to get in the shot, and Brown is able to get the shot in before the foul. And the foul was even on herself. Excuse me, the foul was on number 24, Shanice Cheatham of Linn-Mar. And so the free throw by Brown is good for Cedar Falls, giving her surprisingly only 3 points in the game tonight. She's been playing very defensively tonight. Major with the ball. Thrun trying to find someone open. Over to Brandt. Cheatham with the ball. Back over to Brandt. Major with the ball. Cheatham with the long ball. It's no good. And Brown will pick up the rebound over to Neff. And DeMuth back over to the Neff. Over to Graves. Over to Worth. Worth powering away through for the layup, but it's no good. And Cheatham picks up the rebound over to Major. Trying to tell people where to go. She might go for it for herself. And Strahl over to Cheatham. And Cheatham doesn't make the shot. And there's a foul on number 34, Courtney Major. So DeMuth taking the ball up court. Over to Worth. Neff trying to get it over to someone else. Gets it over to Graves. Over to DeMuth. And traveling on DeMuth as she just took a few too many steps there. And so it'll be Linn-Mar's ball. Brandt taking the ball up court. Thrun with the ball. And Henry Yearling comes back into the game for Linmar, number 2. And Straw powering away through and trying to get the layup up, and it's no good. Thrun with the ball. Yearling with the ball. Straw trying to find someone open over to Brandt. And Brandt powering away through and tries to get the shot up, and this one's good. That'll make it a 7-point game with 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Linmar is up 29, Cedar Falls 22. And DeMuth with the long ball, but it's no good. And then Cedar Falls get the shot in. And number 25, Emily Neff gets the shot in for Cedar Falls. Number 50, Alexis Limud comes into the game for Linmar, taking Shanice Cheatham's place. Thrun over to Brandt. Trying to find someone open, taking it for herself. Tries to fake a pass off to Livenguth, but Livenguth just couldn't react in time to get the ball. And so Worth will take the ball from out of bounds for Cedar Falls. And Shanice Cheatham comes back into the game for Linmar. And number 33, Jacqueline Conrad, comes into the game for Cedar Falls. Graves over to Worth, over to Brown, and Brown with the shot, but it's no good, but there is a foul on the court. And the foul was on number 50, Alexis Libeguth, her third foul for the night. And the first free throw by Kaz Brown is good. Number 22, Kristen Eilis, comes into the game for Rachel Thrun. The second free throw attempt is good. And number 42, Carly Ryder, comes into the game for Linmar. Brandt taking the ball up court, nice and slow. Over to Eilis. Cheating with the ball and up, and it's no good. Neff taking the ball up court for Cedar Falls. And she's going to power her way through there over to Conrad. And Graves with the ball, trying to get something for herself. And Brown with the long ball, but it's not a three-pointer, but it's still good. Brandt taking the ball up court. Eilis with the ball. Yearling taking the ball. Cheatham trying to power her way through for the shot. The shot is blocked by number 43, Kaz Brown, again. And Neff will take the ball. Worth with the ball. Over to Graves, but the ball is tipped out of bounds as Cedar Falls tried to bring the ball in. And Worth with the ball. And she traveled. Surprisingly, she took an extra step. And so Major will take the ball up court. Trying to call off some shots for Linmar. Yearling with the ball. And Yearling gets the shot up after a foul was called. And number 33, Jacqueline Conrad, gets her second foul of the night, and so Yearling will shoot a couple of free throws. And the free throw by Yearling is good. Yearling has sadly a 30.8 free throw average. So making that free throw right there is a very good thing for her. Worth taking the ball up court for Cedar Falls. Brown with the ball up, and it's no good. And another foul on Cedar Falls. Excuse me, Linmar. Number 24, Shanice Cheatham, gets her third foul of the night. Team's fourth for this half. Brown with the free throws. First one's up, and it's good. And the second one up, and it's also good. And Sarah Strahl will come back into the game for Linmar. Major taking the ball up court. Trying to find someone open. Yearling with the ball over to Strahl. And Ryder with the ball up, and it's good. And that brings it up to a 4-point game for Linmar with Linmar leading 34, Cedar Falls 30 with 1 minute 15 seconds left in the third quarter. And Major takes the ball up court. Yearling trying to find someone open. Over to Ellis, back to Yearling, back to Major. Strahl with the ball. Yearling with the ball, trying to find someone open. Over to Major. And she takes the ball for herself, but the ball is swatted out of her hands by Crystal Graves. Neff with the ball, over to Worth. Trying to make something for herself. Graves with the ball, over to back to Worth. And she almost loses the ball, and she does. Giving it up to Courtney Major for Linmar. Yearling with the ball, taking the ball up court. And there's a foul on Linmar. Excuse me, the foul was on number 21 of Cedar Falls, Mackenzie DeMuth. That'll be your second foul of the night. Strahl with the ball, over to Major. Eilis with the ball. Major with the ball, trying to find someone open. Yearling taking the ball herself and gets the shot up, is no good. Worth taking the ball up court. And at the end of the third quarter, our score here is Linmar 34, Cedar Falls 30. We'll be right back with more Linmar live action right after this.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? It's so gay. It's really gay. Look at those pants.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
And we're back with the score at 34-30 Linmar. The start of the fourth quarter, both teams have been playing very heavy defense, with both teams usually averaging about 50 points a game. Surprisingly, both are only getting 34 and 30 points tonight. And so Worth will start with the ball out of bounds for Cedar Falls. Over to Neff. Worth with the ball again, trying to find someone open, trying to make something for herself now. And Graves up with the layup, and it's good. Looks like there was a foul as well. And number 24, Shanice Cheatham, picks up her fourth foul of the night. And she is being replaced by Alexis Limenguth, number 50. And the free throw by Graves is good. Brandt taking the ball up court for Lidmar. Through with the ball. Over to Libguth. Trying to find someone open. Over to Brandt. She was wide open. And through with the ball. Over to Major. Trying to get something going for herself here. And passes it off to Brandt. Through with the ball again. And back to Brandt. And Brandt trying to get something himself here. And the shot's no good. And it ends up right up in Mackenzie DeMuth hands for Cedar Falls. DeMuth over to Worth. Worth trying to get something on for herself. And it's no good. And rebounded by Thurn. Major taking the ball up court. Brandt with the ball. Livengood setting up the pick to get Brandt in. And the ball flies out of bounds as Thurn could not get the ball in her hands. And Neff with the ball over to DeMuth. And DeMuth with the ball over to Worth. Trying to find something going here. And Brown with the shot, and it's good. And now this is the first time that Cedar Falls has led in the game with the score at 35-34 with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Major with the ball over to Limguth with the shot, and it's good. That puts Lidmar back on top. Neff trying to get the ball up court for Cedar Falls, trying to get something going here quickly. And Worth gets the shot up. It's no good. She gets her own rebound. She gets the shot up again. This time, Thurn gets the rebound. And so Brandt will take the ball up court. And a timeout is called by Mike Brandt for Lidmar. We'll be right back with more Lidmar live basketball coverage right after this.
LMTV, we are a must. LMTV, we share the news. LMTV, the channel you trust. LMTV, the channel you choose.
LMTV, your school, your news.
And we're back with 5 minutes, 44 seconds left in the game. Our score here is Lidmar 36, Cedar Falls 35. And so Brandt will take the ball up court. Limgu with the ball. Acting as a hybrid center / guard. And so Ilis gets the ball stolen out of her hands by Neff, and she doesn't get the layup. And so Strahl will take the ball up court over to Yearling. Brandt taking the ball up. Surprisingly, Lidmar has a all-junior squad out there right now. Limguth with the ball. Over to Yearling. Almost lost the ball. And Ilis with the ball. Passes it off to Brandt. Limguth setting up the pick. And Strahl with the ball. And the shot's up, but it's good. Neff with the ball. Trying to get something going here for Cedar Falls to stay in this game. And Graves with the ball. Over to Worth. DeMuth with the ball. Graves trying to get something going here for Cedar Falls. And Brown with the ball. And Worth. And she's called for traveling. And so Brandt will take the ball up court. Cedar Falls is applying some heavy pressure here on Lidmar now. As it's crunch time for both teams to see if they can keep producing like they've been doing. Ilis with the ball. With the long ball, and this one's no good. And Cedar Falls comes up with the rebound. Worth with the ball, trying to get it up court over to Neff, and this free throw is good. That brings up to a 1-point game, 38-37 Lidmar. Bryant taking the ball up court for Lindmar. Tries to do it around the back pass over to Yearling, and she gets the shot up, and it's good. That'll bring it up to another 3-point game. And Graves trying to find someone open. Over to Brown, over to Demuth. Demuth gonna try to get it in there for the score. And Graves with the long ball, and this one's been drained. That ties up the game. This ties up the game at 40 with 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game. Very, very close here tonight. Brandt taking the ball up court, trying to find someone open, maybe trying for herself. And she gets the layup for herself. Worth in crunch time, trying to get over the ball. And Graves gets a rebound, gets a layup up and ties the game again. Brandt taking the ball up court. Over to Yearling. Over to Eilis. Trying to find something up the middle. Brandt with the ball. And Brandt with the layup, and it's good. And Neff taking the ball up for Cedar Falls. And she tries hard to get through herself. And coming back into the game are both Lidmar seniors, Shanice Cheatham, Rachel Thrun, and also the junior, Courtney Major. Neff with the ball. And the shot's up, and it's good. Ties up the game again with 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. Brent with the ball. Calling off the shots, trying to get a play going here for Cedar Falls. Excuse me, Lindmar. Major with the ball. Over to Thrun. Gets it off to Cheatham. Over to Major. And the ball is almost tipped out. And Brandt comes up with a nice save. Over to Thrun, trying to find someone open. Over to Brandt. She's telling people where to go. She wants people to get in position. Strahl sets up the pick with Brandt getting in the shot. Worth taking up the ball for Cedar Falls. And the 6'3" sophomore, Kaz Brown, with a long reach. And Demuth with the ball, trying to find something for herself here. And a foul on. And the foul's on Lindmar, number 24. Excuse me, number 10, Sarah Strahl. That'll be her fourth foul of the night. And a timeout is taken by Cedar Falls. We'll be right back with more Lindmar live action right after this.
Do you like this top? So gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
And we're back with about 20 seconds left of this timeout. Our score here is Lindmar 46, Cedar Falls 44. A very, very defensive, very close game for both teams. As both teams have come out with their perfect game plans ready to go for the last quarter. And number 43, Kaz Brown with the free throws for Cedar Falls. 1 minute, 5 seconds left in the game. And the first free throw's up. One more free throw will tie up the game. And the free throw is up, and it's not good. Through with the ball. Brandt taking the ball slowly up court, trying to kill as much time as she can. Cross on half court so she doesn't get penalized for it. Major with the ball. Trying to get something going here for Linmar. Cheatham back to Major. Over to Brandt. And she gets tripped up by Neff of Cedar Falls. That'll be Neff's second foul of the night and the team's fourth of the half. Thrun over to Brandt. Cedar Falls playing heavy defense here. Another foul. That'll be Neff's third foul of the night. Both these last two fouls have been intentional to try to kill as much clock. And that foul was on number 21, Mackenzie DeMuth. That'll be her third foul. Cedar Falls is using all these, trying to get all these fouls to kill as much time as they can. Just to stop the clock as much as they can so that they have a chance to try to do something. And number 21 again, Mackenzie DeMuth picks up her fourth foul of the night. And so Courtney Major will shoot a couple free throws. And the first free throw was up, and it's no good. Still a 1-point game with 30 seconds left in the game. 46-45 Linmar. Worth with the ball over to Graves. Worth trying to find something going here for Cedar Falls. Over to DeMuth. And Worth trying to get something going here. And the shot's up. It's no good. And Linmar picks up the rebound. And a foul on Cedar Falls, number 11, Allie Worth. That'll be Allie Worth's fourth foul of the night. And now Linmar is in the bonus, which gives them better position in the game. And so with 10.2 seconds left, Cedar Falls calls a timeout. We'll be right back with more Linmar live basketball action right after this.
Texting is cool. Driving is cool. Texting and driving, not cool.
And we're back with about 10 seconds left in the game. Our score here is Linmar 46, Cedar Falls 45. Both teams have definitely been playing their hearts out in this second half tonight especially. And Courtney Major will be in shooting the free throws as soon as they come out of the huddle. A 1-point lead for Linmar. Major, an 83.3% free throw shooter. And the shot's up. This one's good. And now a 2-point lead for Linmar. One more, and then the Cedar Falls Tigers have to score for three-pointer. And the second one up is good. And Hayden Yearling, number 2, comes back into the game. And Worth takes the ball up court for Cedar Falls. 5 seconds left in the game. And the ball is muffed up. And exactly 1 second in the game when the ball rolled out of bounds on Linmar. And it looks like Cedar Falls will take another timeout before the game's out. We'll be right back with more Linmar live action right after this.
7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
And we're back with exactly 1 second left in the game. Cedar Falls has one shot at trying to tie up this game. Our score here is with 1 second left. Linn-Mar 48, Cedar Falls 45. And Neff with the 3-point, but it's no good. And our final score after the failed 3-point shot for Cedar Falls. Our score, Linn-Mar 48, Cedar Falls 45. Tonight's most valuable player of the game tonight will definitely be Michaela Brand, as she scored 17 points for her team tonight and committed no fouls. She was also the player for Linn-Mar that helped get a lot of the plays for Linn-Mar set up. And from the entire cast and crew of Linn-Mar,